Welcome friends to the Do Less Be More channel. I'm Amy and today I want to talk about procrastination and more specifically the 5 types of procrastinators that exist out there. So there are many ways that we could look at procrastination and many ways that we could define procrastination tendencies or personalities, but I'm going to talk about just 5 of those today, and those are the perfectionist, the dreamer, the rebel, the adrenaline junkie, and the people pleaser. Once you understand your procrastination tendencies, then you can start to do something with that, right? When we understand how we're showing up to procrastination, we can then look at why, and from there figure out what we need to do to shift our behavior so that we can actually start taking action. Let's start off with the perfectionist. So if you can relate to the perfectionist identity as a procrastinator, you'll likely be overly concerned with details and have a tendency to make the tasks and the results mean something about you. If the process isn't perfect, if the results aren't perfect, then I'm not perfect. As a perfectionist, you're reluctant to begin the task if you aren't sure how to do it perfectly, and you cannot complete the task because you spend too much time perfecting every last detail. Now, what about the dreamer? So if you are the dreamer, you have infinite ideas and you dream big with an aversion to the details. This prevents you from taking relevant action. It is more exhilarating for you to fantasize, bouncing from one great idea to the next, than to actually take action that will bring those creative ideas into reality for you. You have a tendency to get stuck in and high on idea mode. It feels good to be dreaming, so why would you wake up? Next up is the adrenaline junkie. If you're an adrenaline junkie when it comes to procrastination, you thrive in crisis or under pressure. Though, if you're honest with yourself and you really looked at your overall well-being, performance, and the impact your last-minute madness has on others, you would see that you aren't really thriving at all. You're motivated by the 11th hour because your childhood programming taught you that you didn't really have to take action until there was trouble brewing. If I don't do this now, I'm going to get in trouble. And the flip side is no immediate threat, no action required. Now what about the rebel? So the rebel describes the type of procrastinator that has a deep need to set their own rules. So if you're the rebel when it comes to procrastination, you embody a "you can't make me" attitude. Only you will decide when you'll do something. And the moment that anyone else asks something of you, you unconsciously reject taking action simply because it was an external prompt. It's the "I'll decide when to do this" response, except what typically happens is forgetfulness and inaction. You will even rebel against your own plans to get things done because you don't feel like it in the moment. So the people pleaser. When it comes to procrastination, if you are the people pleaser, you tend to overdo it. You stretch yourself too thin and are often riding burnout. Your calendar is overflowing, and despite how much you get done, you feel unfulfilled and as though you haven't made any progress. You are so busy being productive for everyone else because you falsely believe worthiness comes from external sources. By saying yes to everyone else's priorities but your own, you set your own dreams and goals aside while busying yourself with other people's priorities. So to recap, the 5 personality types for procrastinators are the perfectionist, the dreamer, the rebel, the adrenaline junkie, and the people pleaser. Before I left the corporate world, I heavily related to the people pleaser and the perfectionist. So I'm curious, which type of procrastination do you tend towards? Which of these personalities can you relate to? Let me know in the comments, give this video a like or a thumbs up, and please share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Do Less Be More channel.